Good afternoon, students. So today we are going to start with your first unit, that is free oscillation and damp oscillation. Already in previous lecture we have learned about the what are the contents in first unit. So we'll start with a simple harmonic motion. Before starts with simple harmonic motion, we are going to study some of the basic terms related to your simple harmonic motion. Okay. So first upon we will learn that what is mean by motion. So what is mean by motion? Motion means if any particle changes position with respect to the time, then it is said to be a performing a particular motion. Okay. Suppose if you take a particle, suppose this one is your particle, which is this particle is at a position x is equals to 0. Okay, and after certain time if that particle changes its position to the x is equals to suppose a, so this particle move from this position to this position, then it perform a linear motion. Okay, similarly if any particle is performing a circular motion, then what happens, its position with respect to the time goes on changing. So suppose here it's this is your theta is your angular displacement, x is your linear displacement. If it change its position to this angle, so it is changes by nearly 180 degree, so that is your angular displacement. So in this way, if particle is moving in a straight line, then it is performing a linear motion, while if the particle is moving in a angular direction, it is performing a angular motion. So this is your angular motion and this one is your linear motion. So what is motion? Motion means change in position of a particle with respect to the time. So in simple harmonic motion or in oscillation, we consider uh, there is a terms related to the motion, that is what is periodic motion and what is oscillatory motions. Okay, so each periodic motion is not your simple harmonic motion, or each oscillatory motion is not your simple harmonic motion, but all simple harmonic motions are periodic motions and oscillatory motions. Okay, that is the important statement that we learn understand as we learn the concept. Okay, so first we will learn about the what is periodic motion. Periodic motion means the motion which repeat itself and of an equal interval of time. That means अगर कोई मोशन आफ्टर पर्टिकुलर इंटरवल के बाद फिर से वही रिपीट होता है, ओके, देन दैट मोशन इज नोन एज योर पीरियोडिक मोशन. So here sun that earth is moving around the sun and same motion is repeating after regular interval of time, so such a kind of motion is known as your periodic motion. So in periodic motion what happens, there is a no equilibrium position or there is a no restoring force. Okay, so no restoring force is there in a periodic motion, because in periodic motion the motion is continuously repeated. Okay, here the motion is continuously repeated, so that's why there is a no restoring force in the periodic motion. We can say that again next is your what is your oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion means if the particle is performing to and fro motion about a mean position. Here it is a pendulum. If I apply the external force on this pendulum, then what happens, this pendulum will perform the oscillation in this way about this position. So this position is known as your mean position or equilibrium position. Okay, so if the particle is performing a to and fro motion about a one particular position, that is your mean position, then it is known as your oscillatory motion. And in oscillatory motion there are two extreme position, left extreme position and right extreme position. This is your right extreme position, this one is your left extreme position. And the particle is performing to and fro motion about a one particular position, that is your mean position or equilibrium position. So if a uh, pendulum or a bob attached to this rigid support from the massless or massless string, then what happens, this bob will perform the oscillation Okay, here the amplitude of oscillation must be very small. Okay, so it is nearly linear. So if this bob is performing a such a kind of motion about a mean position, then it is known as your oscillatory motion. And if you take another example is your spring mass system. Spring mass system means a mass is attached with the rigid support by a spring. So if you have to draw this, suppose this is your rigid support and this one is your spring. Okay, this one is your spring, and this spring is attached to the, this is attached to the mass. Okay, this mass is attached here with the spring. So this is, if you apply the force here, this will perform to and fro motion about this position, mean position. So spring mass system is also oscillatory motion. Periodic motion means the motion which repeats after regular interval of time. Okay, so if you consider that if in this is uniform circular motion, in uniform circular motion there is a no restoring force and no equilibrium position. But periodic motion means generally what is the motion which repeats it after a regular interval of time. So now we'll learn about what is periodic motion and what is oscillatory motion. Now we'll go for the time period. What is mean by time period? Time period means time taken by the any particle to complete a one oscillation. Then that is known as your time period. Okay. Suppose if you take the example is that suppose this is your, this one is your particle. Okay, it is performing a one particular motion. It takes 2 seconds to complete a one oscillation. Then what is the time period? The time period will be a 2 second. Okay, so what is mean by time period? The time taken by the particle to complete a one oscillation, or it is also defined as the minimum time taken after which particle keeps repeating its motion. Okay, so what is the unit of time period? The time period unit is second. And what is mean by frequency? Frequency means how many oscillation that particle will complete in a periodic time, or number of oscillations per second. Number, how if it completes the 10 oscillation in a 1 second, then its frequency is 10. If it is complete 50 oscillations in 1 second, then its frequency is 50. Okay, so by this relation, frequency you can define as a reciprocal of time period also. Frequency is the reciprocal of a your time period. And if the particle is performing your angular motion, okay, then angular frequency is given by twice pi into f. Why you have taken twice pi? If the particle is complete a this circular motion, it covers the angle of 360 degree, and 360 degree means your 2 pi angle. So what is angular frequency? Angular frequency is given by 2 pi divided by t. Okay, and what is the unit of natural frequency? Unit of frequency is hertz, and unit of your time period is second. So in this two lecture, what you have learned is what is mean by motion, what is periodic motion, the motion which repeats after regular interval of time, and what is oscillatory motion, the motion of a particle about a mean position. Okay, and what is mean by time period and what is mean by frequency. Now we will go for the simple harmonic motion. So what is simple harmonic motion? The motion of a particle in which acceleration is directed towards a mean position and it is proportional to the displacement from the mean position. That means if any particle is performing a oscillatory motion, okay, then its acceleration is directly proportional to the displacement. And which displacement? Its displacement from the mean position. And this acceleration and displacement from the mean position are oppositely directed. That's why there is a negative sign. So if this condition is to be satisfied by particular motion, then that motion is known as your simple harmonic motion. Okay, so what is the condition for simple harmonic motion? Acceleration should be directly proportional to the displacement from the mean position, and acceleration and displacement both are in the opposite, both are oppositely directed. Okay, so if you consider the motion of A, mass spring mass system. Okay, suppose this is your rigid support, and to this rigid support is attached with a spring to this particular mass. Okay, this is your mass and this one is the spring. If I apply the force on this mass, then what happens? This mass will perform to and fro motion about its equilibrium position. Okay, so when if I apply the force on this particular mass, and you suppose it is elongated up to this position, then what happens if I release from this position? This will move towards a mean position. Okay, and after that it moves again in this leftward direction, and this is the left extreme position. Here it will stop and again it will start moving towards right side. So these two are the extreme positions, and what happens if I applied the force on this mass? Of the restoring force will develop inside the body, and due to this restoring force it will oscillates about in this way, it will oscillates about a mean position. Okay, so that is known as your acceleration. There is a change in velocity of a particle when it is moving. Velocity is maximum at mean position and it goes on decreasing as it moves towards a extreme position, and as it moves toward the extreme position, its velocity is decrease. As the displacement is increasing, velocity goes on decreasing, and as again he move towards the mean position, its velocity increasing and displacement decreasing. So that's why acceleration is directly proportional to the displacement. Okay, I think you should understood this. Okay, if I am once again I will tell you in a simple language. अगर कोई पार्टिकल मूव हो रहा है towards its mean position. Okay, suppose this bob, this bob is performing a motion about this mean position. Then what happens? This is the extreme position. ये क्या है? उसका एक्सट्रीम पोजीशन है. यहाँ अगर इस बॉब को अपन ने यहाँ पे लाके छोड़ दिए, तो उसके अंदर क्या प्रोड्यूस होगा? रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स. और उस रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स के वजह से वो इस मीन पोजीशन के अलोंग क्या करेगा? परफॉर्म करेगा ऑसिलेशन. और कैसे ऑसिलेशन परफॉर्म करेगा? यहाँ जब उसको अपन छोड़ेंगे तो ये जब मीन पोजीशन पे जाएगा तो उसका वेलोसिटी इंक्रीज होते जाएगा, और जैसे जैसे इसका वेलोसिटी ये एक्सट्रीम पोजीशन पे आएगा तब उसका वेलोसिटी इंक्रीज होगा, लेकिन डिस्प्लेसमेंट धीरे धीरे मीन पोजीशन के और कंपैरिजन में क्या होते जाएगा? ऐसे डिक्रीज होते जाएगा ये. ओके, सो इफ अगेन इट विल मूव टुवर्ड्स द एक्सट्रीम पोजीशन, अगर यहाँ से फिर वो अगर यहाँ एक्सट्रीम पोजीशन की तरफ जाएगा तो यहाँ पे उसका डिस्प्लेसमेंट क्या हो रहा है? इस साइड में इंक्रीज हो रहा है, और उसका वेलोसिटी क्या हो रहा है? डिक्रीज हो रहा है, और यहाँ पे ये स्टॉप हो जाएगा, और फिर रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स की वजह से और ऑसिलेशन परफॉर्म करेगा. So that is, if the velocity is increasing, that means acceleration is positive and displacement is decreasing. If it is moving toward extreme position, velocity is goes on decreasing and displacement is goes on increasing. So both acceleration and displacement are oppositely directed. Such a kind of motion is known as your simple harmonic motion. Okay, so you can differentiate, or you can classify this simple harmonic motion into two type. First is your linear simple harmonic motion, means particle will perform its motion along a straight line, and second is your angular simple harmonic motion. In angular simple harmonic motion, particle will perform its motion along a circular direction. Okay, and in linear simple harmonic motion, particle will perform its motion in a straight line. So how will you obtain, or how will you define the equation, or how will you obtain the equation for particle performing a simple harmonic motion or linear simple harmonic motion? We are going to study this linear simple harmonic motion and angular simple harmonic motion. Okay, so first we will learn about what is linear simple harmonic motion. If particle is performing a, suppose this is your mean position and this bob is moving, this is your extreme position, x is equals to, suppose this is extreme position, x is equals to a, This is left extreme position, x is equals to minus k. Okay, so this bob is moving along this mean position. Then what is the restoring force? F is equals to minus kx. Okay, it is not writing properly. F is equals to minus kx. And what is your equation for the Newton's second law? Force is equals to the mass into acceleration. Okay, mass into acceleration. So if you compare these two equation, what is the equation? Mass into acceleration is equals to minus of k into x, minus of k into x. This one is your acceleration. So what is acceleration here? Here this acceleration is equals to the minus of k divided by m into this is your x. Okay, so what is acceleration? Acceleration is given by d square x divided by d t square. Okay, so d square x by dt square is equals to your minus k by m into x. So this is your acceleration. So this is the equation for your linear simple harmonic motion. Okay, and what is angular simple harmonic motion? If particle is performing a angular motion, okay, suppose this particle is performing angular motion, then what is the force that is not given? Force is given by your torque. Torque is equals to minus k into, where k is the restoring force constant and k into theta is there. Theta is your angular displacement, and torque is also given by torque is equals to moment of inertia and to angular acceleration, where alpha is your angular acceleration. So if you equate these two equation, you will get I into alpha is equals to minus k into theta. So if you compare these two equation, we will get I is equals to minus k divided by alpha into theta. Okay, so what is I? Sorry, you have to take alpha here. Alpha is equals to k by I into theta, where alpha is your angular acceleration. So angular acceleration is given by d square theta divided by dt square. Okay, d square theta divided by dt square is equals to minus k by I into theta. So this is the equation for your angular simple harmonic motion. And this previous one gives you, so here you will get this equation for linear simple harmonic motion, and this equation gives you for the angular simple harmonic motion. In angular simple harmonic motion, you will get angular acceleration is equals to minus ki into theta. This is k divided by I is known as your omega square. So you can write d square theta by dt square is equals to minus omega square into theta. Here acceleration is d square x by dt square is equals to minus k by m into x. So acceleration is equals to, and this quantity minus k by m is known as your omega square angular. So this is about your linear simple harmonic motion and angular simple harmonic motion. In angular simple harmonic motion, a particle will perform the motion along the angular direction, and in linear simple harmonic motion, particle perform the motion in a linear direction. Both the motion should satisfy the condition is that acceleration should be directly proportional to the displacement, and acceleration and displacement both should be oppositely directed to the each other. So this is about your simple harmonic motion. Now we have to find out the differential equation for the simple harmonic motion. Okay, so we'll do this in the next video lecture. Pen is not writing properly. Okay, that's why we'll stop here. If you do this, okay, we'll try this now. Suppose if a particle is performing a simple harmonic motion, then what is the restoring force? The restoring force is given by f is equals to the f is equals to minus of kx. Okay, where k is your, what is k? K is your force constant, or restoring force restoring force constant. Okay, and according to the Newton's second law, what is force? Force is equals to mass into acceleration. A stand for your, this is A stand for your acceleration. And what is acceleration? Acceleration is given by d square x divided by dt square. Okay, d square x by dt square. So if you substitute this, or if you compare this first equation and second equation, you will get m into d square x by dt square equals to minus of k into x. So d square x by dt square, d square x by dt square, this should be equals to minus of minus k by m into x. Okay, so this is equals to k by m into x. But what is this k by m? The k by m is known as your omega square. Omega square is equals to k by m. K by m is known as your angular frequency. Okay, angular frequency omega. If you substitute this value here, this will gives you the equation d square x divided by dt square, d square, it is square x. Okay, it is not writing properly. D square x is equals to, this is equals to minus omega square into x. Okay, so if you write this equation you can write as a d square x divided by dt square plus omega square into, plus omega square into x is equals to the 0. Okay, so this is the differential equation. This is your differential equation for the simple harmonic motion. And how this differential equation is obtained? This is obtained from the first equation. If particle is displaced by applying the force, then the restoring force is given by F is equals to minus kx, and according to the Newton's second law, force is equals to mass into acceleration. If you equate this equation 1 and 2, and by if you substitute acceleration is equals to d square x by dt square, you will get this equation. And rearranging this, you will get d square x by dt square is equals to minus k by m into x. But what is minus k? What is k by m? Ratio of force constant to the mass is known as your square of the angular velocity. If you substitute here omega square, you will get the equation d square x by dt square is equals to minus omega square into x. So this will be reduced to your equation d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equals to 0. So this is the differential equation for the simple harmonic motion. So we'll stop here now. In next lecture we'll go for the solution for this differential equation of a simple harmonic motion. Okay, we'll stop here.